He made his name, first as a groom, then as a trainer. In part one of the riveting interview with trainer Adin Williams, he gave deep insights into his introduction into the racing industry. Williams also shared in depth his time as a groom of thoroughbred horses. In part two of this scintillating lifetime narrative, on quickgallop.com and its YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper, Williams delves deep, without holding back, into his time as a conditioner. An absolute must-watch.
Yes, I did want to become a trainer. When I couldn't become a jockey, I said, well, the only thing left to do now is become a good groom and becomes a trainer.
So your dream was realized in 94. How has that journey been for you since, Dreddy?
It's nice and it's rocky. Yeah, because getting my license in 1994 was a treat. It was excited. Myself and Calder was the first two Rastaman. And for a Rastaman to become a trainer, then, you know, Chris Harman used to said, Dreddy, you're going to show them your locks. That was when I was a groom. I said, no, I won't show no one my locks at Caymanas Park until I become a trainer and train the Derby winner. I told Chris Harman that when I was a groom.
Mm-hmm. And that was realized with your victory.
And that was realized, that came to pass when I won, when I trained Mr. Lover and win the Derby.
And not just the Derby here.
Not just the Derby here, but Derby here and Derby abroad.
How did that make you feel, trainer?
Cannot explain it with words. You have some words to put here. That comprehensive achievement and iconic, you know? Yes, big. When I win the Derby in Jamaica, that was the first time I took my hat off and run out in the track.
And show your locks.
And show my locks. And it was, and went and I kissed the earth right at the winning post. Because the words had been spoken and it came to pass.
Tell us about preparing Mr. Lover for that derby.
For the Jamaican Derby?
For the Jamaican Derby.
Oh, it was so excited, and I did feel nice about it. Because in those days I have a horse called Rock Point. And I also have a horse called Noble Cree. And I have a horse called Nimrod. And One Draw. Yeah. No, this couldn't be a coincidence. I got licensed in 1994. And 95, I got Nimrod. I have the opportunity with Noble Cree, Nimrod, One Draw, and Rock Point. So I would start Nimrod to start canter with Rock Point and pick up Nimrod at the winning post, and One Draw and Noble Cree round by the 7th furlong. So I have 4 horses canting together. Sometimes I put him inside, sometimes I take him out, put him on the rail, sometimes I remove him, put him in the middle, sometimes I put him on the outside. So that was a real treat for me. I have horses to train, so I used to be just exercising my talent like those big guys in New York.
Mm-hmm. Were you worried at all going into the Derby?
No. No, I didn't worry at all. It was my pleasure going in there because something that had happened also. Emilio Rodriguez used to ride Mr. Lover and win a few nice races on him, including that Toyota Cup and stuff like that. But in the 3-year-old days, him rode him into a race there, and something happened. Never feel too good on that day because it's not every day a horse feel good. He will come one day and don't feel good, so him don't gallop. Mm-hmm. Philip told me that. Don't tell a man that a horse can lose, because the horse might just show up and decide that he's not getting up today.
Yeah.
Anyhow, when the Derby coming up now, I thought Bimbo was going to ride back Mr. Lover. He told the owner that no, I'm not riding him because he never run too big the other day. So I went to the track one Thursday morning, about 10 days before a race, and I saw Barty standing up, holding on the fence. And then I called him and said, what happened? He said, Bimbo going to ride Sweetness. I said, well, all right, if Bimbo is going to ride Sweetness, would you ride Lover for me? He said, yes, trainer. And so he was so excited. It is like 2 boxers now.
Yeah.
Because you have Sweetness that just don't win the Oaks and I just win the Toyota Cup. So when we clashed there now, I told him how and what I want him to do. But a little joke, this is just a little joke. When I went to weigh out, him told me that he was gonna catch the weight. So the day when I came in with my 5 pound of gears, or no, 3 pound of gears, and put him on the scale and said, how much you weigh? And when I put him on the scale, he weighed 126 pounds. And that was the first day I really used words like, well, we call it curse words. No word is not curse. It was the first day I used a word out of the context, round by the back where the stewards and the people them was. Because the owner was there also, Mr. Basil Roberts.
Yeah.
And I said, what the wara hit so and so you doing, man? He told me that he would come at 121 pounds. And when I put him on now, he weigh 126.
Without
and
the gears.
Without the gears, and he was supposed to go in 126. And I look at the owner and said, if we can find a different jacket, let us use him. And we look around, but we didn't see anyone else. And it's like he was crying. And him said, trainer, please, give me let me ride him, trainer. Trainer, I'm going to ride him. I'm going to leave the weight in the gate. And that's what he told me around there, that he's going to leave the weight in the gate. And when I weigh him out at 129.5 pounds. And that was a real treat.
Tell us about what happened in Trinidad now, because you went down there and conquer as well.
Well, in Trinidad now, when I was at my stable one day, that is where Sobriety is, and Darby was on the other side, Father Darby that died. And Mr. Miller called me on the phone and said, Jenny, good day. Do you want to carry Mr. Lover to Trinidad in the Derby? I said, it would be lovely, no, sir, but I have to speak to the owner. He said, all right, speak to the owner and tell me. And so I speak to the owner. And because I was so excited because I love to travel with horses, because when I used to be in America, then I used to travel from Calder to Hialeah to Gulfstream Park and back to Calder. So it was, I love to do that. And so it was a treat for me to take a horse from here. And then something else happened. No one in Jamaica had never carried a horse from Jamaica abroad and win before. Because Paul Newman, DeCosta, Parta Chung, Billy Williams, Kenneth Mattis, Eunice, and there was another man there that trained Sir Howard, and Willoughby Simpson. All of them took horses over there and never win. So as a Rasta man, I stand confident and predominant to do that. So when I get the okay from the owner, I call Mr. Miller and tell him, and he said, Mr. Miller said, Jerry, do you want to go up in 2 weeks' time, or do you want to go up near to the races? I said, I want to train my horse in Jamaica, and then took him over. So I took my horse over the Wednesday before a race. I sent him up with the groom, and then in the night I traveled along with some guests from the Racing Commission and reached there about 12 o'clock that night. So the Thursday morning was the first time I took him to the track up there at Santa Rosa.
Santa Rosa.
Yeah.
How was he? How did he behave in those couple of days prior to the race?
Oh well, I did have a excellent groom who went up on the plane. His name is Wes. Excellent, and Dr. Bartlett. So they control everything. Weatherburn. So the Thursday morning when I leave Port of Spain now and went over to
Santa
Rosa Park, I did already call Simon and tell him what I want him to do and tell Wes to saddle the horse until I come that morning. After I saddled, I said, go to the track. I wanted to trot him 2 rounds for me. While there was other trainers there, Philip Fiani was there also, Pinchin was there, Michael Mattis was there, and Azan was there, and myself. Because they have horses in other races, but myself and Azan have horses in the Derby. But everybody went and go and canter and do what they have to do. I told my jockey I want him trot 2 rounds. So I trot 2 rounds on the Thursday morning. And on the Friday morning, I said, trot him another round. And then trot another round. And I said, bring him to where the race begins. And trot him from there. And and the last round now, just cant him a bit. And when you come to the 2 furlong, just make him chant out a bit, and as him pick it up to gallop, so you just drop back your hand and just say, oh, okay boy. And that was the work I give him that morning, because he was already trained in Jamaica here and beat up Azan horse. Yes.
And as the event unfolded, it was 2 from 2.
And as the event unfolded, Simon Husband is one of the best, as I emphasize. I remember when I asked Bimbo, said, can you come and ride him for me in Trinidad? He said no, because every horse go up there and get beaten and everybody shame. I asked Bartley said no, I'm not going. But when I asked Simon, it was like a little boy. When Daddy said, come, let's go into town today, he was so glad. So Simon was so glad to come and ride him for me in Trinidad. That's the way we done it in Trinidad also. Because everything that I told him to do in Trinidad, in the race, he had done it. I told him to put him in the lead and don't do nothing more than just let out 1 finger each notch. Every time them come to you bat it up. Don't let nobody come to your girth mark. You just let out 1 finger, and that's what he does. And we was victorious.
Outside of Lover, who are some of the other big horses that you would have conditioned as a trainer?
So Nimrod was the first one there. 96 came up with a little donkey. When I say a little donkey, it was a short little filly, small. Get him to buy from Philip Fiani by the name of One Draw. Same Barrington, Frankson and myself, we got together and owned that horse. And so One Draw was the second one. Mr. Lover came in as baby, and that same following year, I win the Toyota Cup with Mr. Lover. So I win with One Draw.
One Draw won the Oaks.
One Draw won the Oaks, and Mr. Lover win the Toyota Cup that same year. So that can't be a coincidence. And then the following year after, double derby with Mr. Lover.
Who would have been the best horse you see race here from your period of being here?
In Jamaica?
Yeah, from your first game here in the 60s.
It's a whole lot of horses. I've seen some real nice horses. I'm going to call on a horse which him never win the derby nor nothing, but he was one of the best horse. Eras was a top horse. Prince Consort was a top horse. Viceroy was also a top horse.
We spoke about horses. What about jockeys?
Oh, jockeys. I've seen some great jockeys here. Great jockeys like George Osang. Great jockeys like Emilio Rodriguez. Great jockeys like W. Griffiths. Great jockeys like Hubert Bartley. Great jockeys like Jose Bravo. Great jockeys like Ubidia. Great jockeys like, well, I've seen a little bit of G. Walker, who was also an excellent jockey. W. Ellis was also big jockeys, and you know,
who would have been some of the trainers that you really lift your hat to say, you know, they really know what they're doing?
Well, my first one I have to say, well then, the banker, because he's the first one. Then I have...
When you say the banker, you're talking about Mr.
Owen Silveira, yes. Then I've seen his son also, Larry Silveira, done some great job. Then Billy Williams. Billy Williams and Larry Silveira was rivals for a number of years. Then it come on down that you have Bobby Hales, Eileen Cliggott, Jerry Skelton, you know, and it come down that I remember when Fiani came as a young little boy also. And I've seen a whole lot of them, and I would say Dick Asta come as one great trainer. Philip Fiani is the number one in that sector because he had put out and showed the public what metal he made out of. But you know, yeah, some great trainers.
And Mr. Fiani went on to do breeding, and
Yeah,
he has done exceptionally well.
Yes. Well, he went on to do breeding that to keep the industry up, because maybe if he never started to breed horses, we wouldn't have so much horses over the years coming up, and he had done a great job.
Dreddy, you're still going strong. You had a winner in Monaco only last Sunday, but you've been afflicted by, you know, the loss of your sight. Now, how do you cope in such a sport where details are so important? How do you cope and still manage to find winners?
Have to love horses. If you don't love the game, you can't stay in it. And you have to love horses to win. And don't do nothing foolishly. And that's what I does.
But what about the challenge?
And use my expertise from groom to a young trainer come right up. And that's it. The challenge which I have. My eyes is not that bright, but I can see a bit, not much. So I doesn't hurt myself too much. And I have my someone to assist me. And that's how I does it. And speak to my horses and love them and talk to them. And do the right thing, nothing out of context. And you'll get things done.
And I'm sure you would love to continue doing that, and would love for anyone who have confidence in you to come forward and give you horses so that you can still show how much a good trainer you are.
Oh, perfectly. I would need one or two good owner to still give me half dozen horses is good for me. Up to 10 horses is good for me. And I would then have a good assistant with me who will listen to me, hear what I said, and
carry out
the orders which I ask. And 3 good grooms. And I would show a lot of some of these guys who have 30 and 35 and maybe more, what nickel do I made out of? Same way. Because I Adin Williams, is like that movie, I don't know if you used to watch it once in England, where 2 sons had born from a woman, and the 2 of them supposed to be king, but they put a Muslim one and hide him into a cave. And let the next one becomes king. I don't know if you ever see that movie. But I am like the one that they hide. Because they just hide me, you know. Up till now, I haven't seen them write a race in my name. I'm the first man to carry a horse abroad and win. So I would say to myself, I don't know if the rest of diaspora, the people them around would say that. Like they doesn't respect. Imagine I'm the first man who make Jamaica proud and Cayman Park proud. And I know, I see them write race on Newland, them write race on Gregory Park, them write race on Passage Fort, them write race on Duane Park, them write race on this groom, that jockey and the other jockey. But no, and this trainer and that trainer, but no race doesn't write for Adin Williams. Yet still Mr. Lover couldn't go away and win by himself. It has to be a trainer who took him abroad and win. I train him up in his career.
Well, I'm sure that probably sooner, more than later, we might have something like that. Recognition.
I know, but I don't want them to wait until my eyes close before they give me what they should. Because even in Trinidad, there was a man that played football there that went away and win for Trinidad. And when he came back, they gave him this, that, and the other for recognition. But since I remember since when I came back, it was about 13 people come to congratulate me in the trainer's room. Vinny Edwards and a couple more trainers, and his wife. And there was almost over 200 trainers here at Cayman Park. So as I said, I don't want anyone to feel any way. I am not bossy and I'm not show off. I'm just polite, speaking the truth and speak it ever.
On that note, trainer, I want to thank you for sharing your narrative with us, and we wish you all the best and hope that, you know, somewhere along the way you might find more successes. Thank you.
Thank you very much also. And may the good God go with you and bless you and keep you and guide you and protect you. And I hope the people them into the diaspora who is abroad can hear this interview, because your show here is going to come worldwide. It's just a matter of time.
Thank you for watching another video produced by the team from QuickGallop.com, YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper. Please stay on the channel for more enlightening videos on those involved in local horse racing. Please like, subscribe, and press the notification bell.